it's great to hear, how passionate you are towards that as well. And, it makes great impression that you're openly talking about, what you're doing outside of the band as well.
Oh
Because
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you know that many, you know, famous bands,
Oh yeah.
they have like outside jobs, ridiculous outside jobs as well, and they're kind of trying to hide it and like
I make
step
I,
around
I
it.
make that joke all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
it is one of those things, especially because there's like Google famous names and stuff. If you Google Dennis Lee Alesana, it's gonna pop up and say my net worth is like $6 million. And I'm like, man, I would love to see some of that 6 million. And I mean, that's part. It is, and it's part of it. Like your job is to be a rock star. That's
Yeah.
part of your job. Like when kids have been going to their 9 to 5, saving up for this one night to go up there on stage. Like you cannot go up there and try to be their best friend. That is not what they want to see. They want to see larger than life,
Yeah.
boom, on stage. And part of that, and especially with social media, is that you have to show a little bit more behind the curtain. And like everybody has to have a job. Like that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, there are rare moments where people are gonna, just live off like, and a lot of musicians obviously work in the music industry, but like, I mean, the reality is like the lion's share of musicians, like they do this because they love it, and then they go back to the job that pays the bills,
Yeah.
and like that's how it goes, bro. But nobody wants to hear about that online. So that's like
Yeah.
where you're like, yeah, like I do this on the side, blah yada yada. So, but I've always said I've called Alesana blue collar rock stars. I'm like, listen,
Nice.
dude, like this is it. I get it. And like I grew up, my dad, like I said, I'm from North Carolina, which is the South in
Yeah.
the United States. My dad is like a old Southern man. He owned a truck building company. I grew up around welders and like those kind of days. And I've got like this real larger than life image of the working man. And it's like there's just nothing more honest. And so like I being a musician, I feel like I kind of cheated and
Yeah.
like was able to avoid getting a real job for so long. And so that is actually one of the things I like about printing t-shirts is that there is like so much of a physical skill based
Yeah.
aspect to it, and that you get the satisfaction of I start the morning, with the stack of screens, I mix, you mix ink, and then you see a box of shirts with nothing on it, and then you're leaving, putting those shirts back into the box with you've generated something from nothing. And
Yeah.
you get that real satisfied, like it is complete. And now I
Yeah.
clock out and I don't think about it. And that's what I did enjoy, especially, doing that off tour for so long. But like I said, getting a little bit older, I'm gonna move into the sales side. So just a little less time in the press.
It
But
makes all the
yeah,
sense.
it really is. And especially like I said, comparing yourself to Instagram too much is just not a good thing. And
Yeah.
that's part of what goes on with musicians. And like you don't want anyone to know that you have to actually work too, but I mean, that's how it
Yeah.
goes, bro. So don't hate your favorite musicians when you find out they've got a real job, just
Yeah.
pretend like you didn't see it.
I think more than anything, it kind of creates better impression, at least for me. I mean, it's true that you kind of, you acknowledge this as a positive thing once you got out of the, teen zone, I guess, but
Mhm.
still.